This episode is brought to you by Zocdoc. Every morning I wake up with a new spider bite, so I need to see a doctor of spiders because I need to know what's going on with that. I don't understand. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/IMHO. That's ZocDoc.com/IMHO. Zocdoc.com/IMHO. Ask us your questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO. First date. Cute guy, first date. Oh, okay. Hi. Hey, hi.
It's so good to...
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Hi.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I have a work event to go to after this.
Oh,
Is it too much?
No, I mean I would not expect.
My boobs are down here.
What kind of work is it?
It's I have a podcast with my friend and we're gonna film later.
Oh, is it someone cool that you're interviewing or is it just the two of you?
It's just gonna be the two of us. So to answer your question, no. I'm kidding. She's my best friend. I love her to death. Her name's Darby. Okay, but your name is Eric.
My name is Eric and it's so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. I can't believe it's so crazy doing like matchmaker. Is this your first match?
It's not.
Really?
I know. This is probably my third date today.
Today? Busy boy. Okay.
The doctors say I have a sex addiction, but I kind of tend to think I'm just excited to meet people.
Okay, good. Yeah, Dakota said you would be kind of an oversharer, but I like that. I respect it.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Fabulous.
So we tend to have no boundaries, kind of spill our guts, and then have tense relationships with our mothers.
Your mother's still alive?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No, she just told me how our dog has cancer.
Oh no.
But he was supposed to die a year ago and he's still alive, but she's still expecting him to die any day now, even though he keeps living, because she's unable to sort of like be happy.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
Theo,
short for anything?
Well, it's funny you ask because when I was a kid, we had a dog named Teddy.
Okay.
And Teddy was like that girl for us, like your childhood dog is like your childhood dog.
Yeah.
And so Teddy died, as they do, at 13. And then years go by, my parents get a new dog, and we decide, you know what, as an homage to Teddy, why don't we name him Theo, short for Theodore, because Theodores go by Teddy.
Yes. Okay, I'm following.
Some people thought that was morbid to name like a new dog after an old dog so closely, but Theo is still kicking. And
pet ownership is morbid, don't you feel?
Of course. Well, you know what's even more morbid?
Tell me.
My older brother is a veterinarian. And guess who removed my cancerous dog's leg?
Your older brother?
My brother. So my parents got to be like, have a good day at work. And then his day at work was removing their dog's leg.
Okay, so there's a doctor in the family. That's good to
Brag.
know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Eric Williams, I have to admit I Googled you.
Oh, what did you see?
Well, I saw that you have a podcast too.
I do.
It's called the Gay Ass Podcast.
Yes, that's a gay ass podcast.
Is it like you're a happy donkey and you just talk?
I wish I could say that I followed in my brother's footsteps and sort of talking about
Went into
animals.
animal.
No, but it's about being gay.
Oh my God, fun. And I support gay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever met a gay person before me?
Yes, I have. And I want to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Dakota Johnson, our matchmaker, told you that I used to be a gay person. I used to be, I like to say I was deep undercover as a dude, but that just means I'm transgender, male to female.
Male to MTF.
Yeah.
No, she did mention MTF, but I thought that was sort of like
Monday through Friday. Yeah. I understand.
I thought you just sort of prefer the weekday.
That's why we're meeting on a Monday, because I like to keep my weekends free because I'm watching Bones right now. Have you ever seen that show?
I have not, but I love the sound of a crack.
It's so funny. Okay, wait. You have a gay ass podcast.
Yeah.
And you interview a lot of cool people on there.
I do. And
wait, so you interview lots of like cool people that are in and amongst the gay.
I do. So
here's
what's funny. Mm-hmm. Alexis Bevels, right?
So, did you Google me too?
I did because
That's so awkward.
Dakota said that I should know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Because she was worried for me.
We've talked about that ad nauseum and at length. And she is worried for me. But I feel like that's why, because this is my first matchmaker. I only had enough money for one. So I was like, please.
No, she's expensive. But luckily, my gay podcast makes me millions and millions of dollars.
Oh my God.
So to answer your question though, very cool people. The thing is, it's like either like gay people or like straight girlies who are obsessed with gay people.
Yeah.
So like Lisa Rinna.
Oh. Straight girlies who gay people are obsessed with. Can I tell you something about Lisa Rinna?
Tell me.
I could never be in the same space as her.
Tell me why.
Because I would immediately say, your work has touched me deeply in the short-running show Veronica Mars.
Oh my God.
And I am still holding out hope that her character didn't jump off that bridge.
I hope
spoiler.
that Kristen Johnston in Sex and the City did not die when she fell off out of the window.
Oh my God, that would be so fun. You know, have you heard of AI?
I've heard.
What if it's AI and then they go after she, you know how she does that? Oh my God, I love Sex and the City, by the way. It's my whole personality. And just like that is fun. And I'm still watching forever.
Are you?
Forever. Or do you watch?
So season 1, absolutely. Season 2, absolutely. Season 3, I started. And then I said, I don't like to see my loved ones in pain.
I'm never going to not watch. I'm always going to show up for them. They're my family. They've been with me through hard times. But I don't really support what they're doing right now. Not everyone.
Did you see the other day that Sarah Jessica Parker was interviewed and she does not watch the show?
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Which is great. Like, good for her.
I don't watch anything I'm in.
Do you not?
No, well, I've started editing our podcast, so it kind of forces me to watch.
Wait, that's actually huge.
Yeah.
So how long was your co-host editing, and then until you started?
My co-host Darby, thank you. She is my best friend, and I love her. She is my family. She is my Samantha.
She's a Samantha, which makes you.
No, she's my Samantha. Well, I'm a Carrie. You know what? I just decided. Aesthetically, I'm a Charlotte.
Oh.
I really recognize myself in the way Charlotte dresses, especially now. Even though I do feel as though I'm a Carrie, because I'm a little bit of a bad person. But I am honest about it.
Do you think Carrie's honest about the fact that she's a bad person?
I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's got a complicated relationship with...
I do too. Well, I feel like so many of us have friends like Carrie, which is like well-meaning, but then goes and does like really chaotic things that fuck over her and her friends.
That's probably being human, and a gay man calling other people chaotic is not okay.
Calling a woman chaotic.
Absolutely.
Cancel me on this
Okay,
date.
so you had Lisa Rinna. Oh, was that so lovely?
Okay, so actually, Lisa Rinna was lovely, and truly, she showed up. I was like, not sure what to expect. Camera turns on. She's full beat. The lighting is gorgeous.
She's a professional. That's the
She
one
really
thing
is.
no one can ever take away from her.
Well, the gag of Lisa Rinna is that she also can't help but make a headline. And so on That's a Gay Ass Podcast, she said that the season when she was being interviewed last season was the Titanic of Beverly Hills. And she was famously not on that season.
Ooh!
So then Andy Cohen on his show
I saw this
interviewed Lisa being like, you went on a podcast
my
and you said this,
God.
and she had to be like, Andy, they took it. She said no, she kind of like defended herself, and then on her podcast with Mr. Harry Hamlin, she said that my podcast took it out of context, which made me mad for 4 seconds, and then I was like, God bless that woman. She just keeps on keeping on, just like the British.
Giving the gifts. Thank you.
Can I tell you though?
Wait, before you tell me,
Harry
Hamlin lives near my neighborhood, and I see him at the grocery store all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, and
what's the vibe? Good person. We like. What's chaotic? Or
well, you know how they say some girls have resting bitch face. Me included. I will say that I have it sometimes.
Yeah.
I think he has resting like mean face, so he looks mean. But I will say, I think he clocked me. Because I feel very beautiful. I feel like if people aren't paying attention, then they don't know that I used to be a dude undercover.
Sure.
But I do feel like he looked at me and then looked at me again, but not in like a sexy way.
In what way?
I can see your beard. Because when I go to the grocery store, sometimes I don't want to shave.
Who does? I
shave sometimes.
The worst.
I'm being so honest upon our first date. This is crazy.
But see, this is what I like, because as a Jewess, I connect with people who are open and honest, just like Lisa Rinna likes when people are open and honest. Or is that Ramona Singer? I digress. When I go to the grocery store, I have never looked worse.
Oh, yeah.
I trust those people that they will not judge that I come looking absolutely haggard. And I think that's like the safety of a grocery store.
Yeah. But you're also a very attractive man, so absolutely haggard for you is what? Sweatpants?
Well, I'm a little dolled up for the date because I wanted to impress you.
Yeah.
But no.
I can tell.
When I go to the grocery store, just picture like facial hair unshaved here.
Yeah.
Maybe a flip flop with a sock, a short,
I'm so sorry.
a hat.
I'm so sorry.
Like it's not good. Like it's
You
not
said a
good.
flip flop with a sock. Is that the socks that have toes in them, or is it just a
It's
sock?
actually it's giving off-brand Birkenstock. So at least there's nothing going between my big toe and the other
Okay,
toes.
that's the thing I have the most of an issue with.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm not a
flip-flop,
monster.
A sock and a sandal. Can I tell you, I used to be and Darby is a never show feet. My best friend Darby is a never show feet ever. And when you go to her house, you better wear a sock. So I get it. Sometimes you want to slip on a thing and go and do your thing.
Well, what happened is that it was so like devastatingly natural for me to have socks on, see the Birkenstocks, the knockoff on the ground, put my feet into it. I didn't realize I was wearing them until I was down the street.
Yeah.
It just like, and so I, come as you are. And so I walk into that Ralph's, and I also bring my dog every time. And some people are anti-dogs at grocery stores, but my dog's 12 pounds and perfect.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, is that funny? What's your dog's name?
Freddie.
Freddie. Is that cute?
Short for either Freddie, my love, Freddie Mercury.
Freddie, my love. I love you more than words can say. Have you ever heard Megan Mullally sing that?
Of course, Broadway Revive.
That's the best version of Grease ever. Listen to this cast.
Who else was in that? Billy Porter.
Billy Porter with the best rendition of Beauty School Dropout, bar none. I'm sorry.
It is good.
Bar none. I'm talking Rosie fucking O'Donnell as Rizzo. So iconic.
Wasn't this the production that Hunter Foster was in?
Hunter Foster
And
was
then
in.
didn't Sutton eventually go on as Sandy to his Danny? Or is that
He wasn't Danny. He was, maybe he replaced Danny.
Yeah.
But Hunter Foster was, what's that playing on the radio?
Boom, boom.
Such an iconic song.
Judy?
Yes. I'm obsessed. Oh, okay. And then they did the version, instead of Hopelessly Devoted to You, they did Since I Don't Have You.
Oh, I don't know this lore.
Wait. Is that's correct, right? I think.
I don't know this lore.
Okay, there's two versions, and I don't know which came first. Broadway people might want to
Chime in.
I'll talk about it on my podcast, and then Broadway people might want to chime in. But
Yeah.
there is two versions. There's Hopelessly Devoted to You, which iconic, Olivia Newton-John, obviously.
Love.
And then there's a song called Since I Don't Have You, which was either the original or like some actress came in and said, I don't want to sing that, I want to sing this. Or like it was in the original, and then someone said, I can't sing it.
Or like the original mute play stage show or something. Yeah.
Because it is so high. It is such a scream belty song. It is
The alternative one is.
the alternative, Since I Don't Have You.
Yeah.
And it is like whistle tones. Like there are very few women that can sing it, and even fewer that can sing it well multiple times a week on Broadway.
Well, that's
this
the thing.
song is incredible.
I need to YouTube.
I'm gonna send it to you
Please.
if we exchange numbers.
Yeah,
I feel
no.
like it's going well.
I think
I feel
so.
really natural with you.
Yeah, no, it feels like
Yeah.
I've known you for longer than just this one date.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that I saw Grease I'm from St. Louis, Missouri originally.
Oh my God.
And in St. Louis, Missouri, they have a huge outdoor theater called the Muni.
The Muni, I've auditioned for it.
Me too.
I did not get in it.
I did as a kid, and then like they have like the youth chorus, and so I did Grease at the Muni as a kid.
Oh my God.
It was okay, but
Why is there a youth chorus in Greece?
Because here's what they do is they put in like 50 St. Louis children and teenagers in like group chorus numbers.
Okay.
And so the first one I did was Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, that's fun.
And then, but I saw Grease before I did the show. I saw it at the Muni when I was like 8 years old. It's nasty, dirty,
Yeah.
sexual,
Disgusting.
I saw it with my
Rotted,
father,
gutted,
and I
yeah.
had to ask like what half the jokes meant because that show is porn tea.
Yeah. Fun. Oh my God. I saw a production of, what is it? Brigadoon. I was in high school, so I was a little older. I saw a production of Brigadoon, and I was watching, I was enjoying. I'd never seen it. I love Scottish things. My background is Scottish.
Yeah, I can see that in your coloring.
Oh, thank you. I think.
It's a compliment.
So I'm watching, and one of the ensemble members is pulling my focus, and I realize I've seen him before. There's a movie called Center Stage. Have you seen it?
My Bible.
Do you remember when Amanda
She said,
Scholl?
"You didn't have the feet. I didn't have the heart."
I think about that almost every day. Okay, wait. So there is a scene where she goes to like steps, like a different like jazz
Of course,
ballet.
Priscilla Lopez is the instructor.
Yes. Do you remember?
Eat nails or something like that.
Yeah. Do you remember when she goes in and there is a guy kicking at the back of his head, just so happy, and he's moving his hair with his leg. Do you remember this man?
Yeah.
He was in the ensemble. He was in the ensemble of this random brigadier in Houston, Texas.
What?
And I was looking at him thinking, oh my God, I go to the program. I rip open to the back section in the ensemble.
Credits include
center stage.
What a huge, honestly, the fact that you were in high school and noticed that was who that was.
I made my family go see that with me on my birthday. And then when I came out to them as gay, they were surprised.
Yeah, and you're like, we saw Brigadoon for my birthday at the Hollywood Theater under the stars.
at the
Alamo, what's it called?
No, at the Houston Jones Hall.
Even better.
Yeah, indoor. Later, I played Jesus in Godspell at Jones Hall. I'm not gonna lie. I have so you have a pass in theater pass.
No, you have a theater pass.
We both have theater pass. What did you go to school for? Did you go?
I did go.
Okay.
And so the long story short is that I thought I was going to be a musical theater actress studying musical theater in college. I ended up going to NYU for acting.
Oh, tish.
Thinking that I was never going to do musical theater again. Graduate, ready for Chekhov, Shakespeare, film and television. Could not get an audition. And who's doing Shakespeare? Anywho, I do musical theater.
Yeah.
For years. And then I quit because it doesn't pay well and it hurt my body.
Yes.
But,
I'm going to tell you, similar parallel.
Yeah, tell me.
I was doing it out of college. I didn't graduate. I went 4 years and I stopped because they said I needed another semester. And I said, I don't want to do that.
Wow, 4 years. And then you said, I've had it. I don't want the diploma.
I've told this story thousands and thousands of times to everyone I know. So I'll tell you since no one else is listening. It's just us in this coffee
it's just
house.
a coffee shop.
Yeah. It's so quiet in here.
And a lot of TV screens.
Yeah. I think they do trivia here on Friday nights.
Oh, okay.
I never go. Are you happy with your doctor? As a slut, I'm sure you're ethically slutty and you do all. Are you happy with your doctor?
You know, I would say I'm like kind of looking for a better one.
Really?
Yeah.
You should use Zocdoc.
Really?
Yeah. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. Okay, so as I keep getting older, I keep catching myself saying, I need to go to the doctor more. For instance, like sleep trouble.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up, my left arm is tingling for a couple hours and I don't know why. Every morning I wake up with a new spider bite. So I need to see a doctor of spiders because I need to know what's going on with that. I don't understand. And so I think I probably should go. But thank God Zocdoc's there. Whatever you got going on, Zocdoc will help you find a top-rated doctor to get to the bottom of what ails you. You need to stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/IMHO. That's the name of my podcast. Zocdoc.com/IMHO. When I was in college, they said that I would have to have a semester of like a gen ed or whatever. And I said, okay, fine. Summer school, fine.
Yeah.
I can still graduate with my whatever. And then when I was a freshman, there was musical theater history. And I specifically asked my the guidance counselor. I said, and they were like, yeah, you can count that. That's one of your history credits. You can count that. And I was like, great. And flash forward to senior year, 4 years later, they say, oh, you have to take a history as well. I said, no, actually I don't because I took musical theater history and that counts. And they said, no, that changed. And I said, well, okay. And so they said, you need a semester. It's not going to be summer school's not going to be enough. And so I cried to Daddy. I said, Daddy, they want me to take another semester. And he tried to reverse psychology me. And he said, well, I'm not going to pay for another semester. And I said, I'm not going to pay for a semester. I don't even want to be here. I wouldn't have gone to school if I had the choice.
Yeah.
And if I'd had my druthers, because I guess I did have the choice.
I love that word, druthers.
Thank you. That's my dog's name when I get a dog.
Druthers?
Yeah.
Come here, druthers.
Druthers. I said, so he tried to reverse psychology me, and I said, well, then I guess I'm not going to school. And he said, I guess you're not. I said, great. So the gen eds I was in senior year, I stopped going to those, and I just did my fun classes, and so I'm talking like I'm proud. I guess I should be ashamed, but I am pretty proud. My senior year was great.
You seem to be doing pretty well now.
Well, okay. Oh, so the point of that is I was doing theater forever. I joined Equity, and then I stopped getting, because I I got all my points and I joined equity for ensemble. And then once you do that, you're too expensive to cast. Classic Chicago ensemble tale.
Oh, right.
But I had a
Chicago
great
theater.
time and I miss it, and I hope I get to go back someday.
To theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's manifest for that for you. So
And for you too, I bet you everyone has always said like, oh, with your beard, you're going to get the roles when you're older.
no one has ever said, are you saying I
You look beardy. You look like dad.
Can I
From
tell-
stage, that reads dad.
it does read out. Can I tell you actually a secret about today that what made me nervous for our date?
Yeah.
My beard trimmer broke as I was trimming, and so what you're seeing right now is a lot shorter of a beard, and I feel like I look like I drive a white van. But I do think you're right in terms of like, I think what has to happen is I have to make my money in my career doing something else.
Yeah.
And then I can either do a stint in Chicago, I could pull a Darren Criss and do a maybe happy ending if I'm lucky.
I don't know why you couldn't.
Never say never. You know, theater's my first love, as they say.
What's your, okay, before we move on, what's the favorite show you've done and what's a show you've always wanted to do?
I guess my favorite show, I did Elf the Musical on tour. I played Buddy the Elf.
Oh my God, because you're tall.
Because I'm tall.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Nice.
And it's just a rare role for a character actor to be bitsy.
Yeah.
And I had never seen the movie Elf because I'm a Jew. So I had to watch that for, research. And then, so that was like my favorite show, just
That you
because I got
did.
to like tour the country and feel successful for a minute.
That's so
And then I get back to New York, a taxi cab drives by, splashes me with water, and I don't work for 8 months. A show that I would like to do, a dream show. I mean,
I always wanted to do, well, I've always wanted to do Cats, but I think now the only chance I have is Grisabella.
you would be a great Grizz.
I would love to be Grisabella. They'd have to lower it for me.
Listen, in my version of Broadway, keys can be changed. Like, I've always sort of like...
Are you a Sutton Foster? Do you like her?
I am.
Yeah, keys change for her all the time.
Right.
I'm obsessed with you, Sutton, is what I would say if I was on a podcast right now. This is just us on my team.
No, I would say that too. And what I would also say if I was on a podcast is that I got very, 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 very lucky. And Sutton Foster, during a time, was like teaching classes in colleges. And one of her first ever ones was at NYU. And she taught a cabaret class where they did a cabaret at Joe's Pub. And I auditioned and got put in that class. And Sutton Foster was my professor for a semester.
Do you have any Sutton Foster tales? Do you have any tidbits? She's as wonderful.
I've got a bunch. She is everything. That
Will
girl.
you give me a kernel and then you can save the rest for our second date?
Yeah. I'll give you.
I mean, if that, whatever.
Well, we'll decide at the end, but
Okay,
so
okay.
far, it's looking good.
Oh.
I'd say a kernel for Sutton Foster is she.
You have an impish grin on you right
Because
now.
I'm wanting to know which direction I should go in.
I love her. She's family to me, and I love her.
Okay. Here's a kernel. This class was like 12 people, and so like we ended up like kind of like seeing her outside of class. Whatever. She was very great. I got her phone number at a certain point, and then after I graduated, I would see her in her shows, and I would get to go backstage. And so my ex-boyfriend and I went to see her in Anything Goes. And we got to ride the elevator, and there was like
boyfriend. Continue. We'll talk about that. I'll ask about that.
And
You saw her in Anything Goes?
oh yeah.
Oh my God.
And we're in the elevator going down. Like Tommy Toon is next to me. It was like very like and I got to see her in Violet and go see her backstage after. And the impish grin is that I think it's okay since we're just in a coffee shop.
Yeah, no one's here. I don't think.
Sutton Foster is a queen and like could not be cooler, nicer, more talented, greater. When we did the show,
Cabaret. At
yeah,
Joe's?
at Joe's Pub, her brother came.
Hunter.
I don't remember if she has more than one brother, but maybe that's him. And he was less excited to meet the students. And I was like, how do we have Sutton Foster, the nicest person in the world? And then I'm like, and I think I said something to her brother, I forget what his name is, about like how excellent she is.
Yeah,
And
Archer. I think his name is Archer.
Archer Foster.
Yeah.
And Archer, he was like, I guess, not the warmest gem.
Why come then? Why come to that event?
That's what I was like.
If you don't want to play, don't come.
19 and 20 and 21-year-old children doing a
Musical theater people, you know what they're like.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know I'm a monster. And so that was where the impish grin came from, of like looking back to being like, oh my, because Urinetown, I think Archer might have been in that. Urinetown was like
Urinetown was
huge,
like huge.
Yeah. When I was like a huge theater person in high school, did you ever have in Texas like a thespian conference where like all the theater kids would go to like the theater conference?
No, but we did have like one act competition.
Okay, yeah. So similar to that.
Yeah,
it's like where everyone from all over the state comes. And in Missouri, where I'm from, there was every year like a big thespian conference, and it was like the highlight of the year. All the theater kids from my school would go, and I guess in a way, looking back, it was like where I felt part of the majority for the first time in my life.
Oh wow!
Because in high school,
great.
I felt so. I mean, I've talked about this a lot on my pod and a lot of my stuff. I really felt like the freak in many ways. Like I have 3 brothers who are all into like sports, veterinarianism.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, and they're all short. I have a twin brother who is 5'4".
You have a twin.
I have a twin.
I read that in your card. I asked for twins. I have good luck with twins.
Oh.
Yeah, my best friend is a twin.
You know, I think I maybe have seen something about that when I Googled you about your friend. And, but yeah, I really felt like a freak in many ways. And so Thespian Conference was like, oh my God, I'm actually kind of like feeling accepted and part of the crowd. Yes. Long story short, they would do an all-state musical every few years where they would have enough money to like get like kids from all over the state to rehearse a show. And I got cast in the all-state musical Urinetown the Musical.
Oh my God, what part?
I was like... Tiny. There's like an ensemble character that's named like Tiny Tom or something, which is like funny because I'm like not tiny. But I thought I was on Broadway.
Broadway doesn't have to be on Broadway.
That's true.
I've always said it.
Well, because it's like when you perform at this conference, it's like, you know, a giant theater full of like thousands of kids. And so I was like...
You mentioned Tommy Tune a minute ago.
Yeah.
And that's so funny because my earlier question, the show that I love doing the most is called My One and Only.
Oh.
And originally it was Tommy Tune and Twiggy. And you can see... a crazy, I'm assuming it's a Tony's performance of them, because there's a whole musical sequence where Tommy and Twiggy are on an island and they tap dance in like 2 inches of water. And I was in the ensemble, and the ensemble sang one word of lyrics the whole time, but they're on the stage the whole time tap dancing because it's like a tap number, Gershwin musical. I have tapped. I haven't tapped in a while, but I do love it. I remember loving it.
Does your co-host tap?
She doesn't tap. She taps kegs. Anyway, so our production, we did it in the round. So the pool had to be, it was like a donut, and during intermission, because actually I wasn't equity at the time, me and the other non-equity kid, Zach. Hi Zach, I love you. Is what I would say if I was on a podcast.
Right.
We had to hook cables to the stage and it would lift up, and there was a pool in the round, a donut of a 2-inch pool. It was the coolest thing because they would tap.
Alexis, you've done big budge theater.
It was cool. It was regional. It was I was very lucky. Stages are typically made of wood.
Sure.
And when you're doing like 2-month-long shows, by the end of the 2 months, the wood having actual water on it, like people would come knowing it was splash zone in the first few rows and wear like ponchos. It was so cool. And then the stage would like buckle, and it was in the round, and the stage was buckling, and it was a tap dance show. Literally by the end, the last week, one person per show was tripping and going down
on the warped wood.
I wouldn't change a thing. It was so much fun.
There's something so fun about like theater things going wrong. Like I know it's morbid, but when Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark was making headlines every other week.
Oh my God. That's the reason it went on as long as it did, I'm sure, because people were wanting to know what the tea was.
Yeah. I feel like gone are the days though that we hear about like that type of risk being taken in musical theater.
Yeah, gone.
Have you ever thought about like, okay, dark question, but we're on a first date and I feel like we can ask the big questions.
I feel like this is where you feel free. It's like oversharing with a stranger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about the question that people ask, which is that if you could know how and when you die, would you want to do that?
I would now. I think if you asked me in the before times, that's what I call before my transition. I think I would not want to know because I was scared. But now I'm like,
Wait,
I'm
let's
fine.
dive into that. Before your transition, you were afraid of like not living your
everything, everyone finding out, everyone hating me, also never getting to enjoy. I mean, this is crazy. I'm sorry, first date, but and this isn't the same for everyone, but for me, getting to transition and also getting medicated, it's like living life for the first time. Like people always talk about like, I'm free because, and I'm finally living. It's like, I have been a princess in a tower. The tower is this stupid body that I did not ask for. And now I'm down and I cut my hair. I'm feeling lighter.
So when you transition, essentially the walls of the tower sort of burst open and you had the world at your fingertips.
Yeah.
I think that's very similar to so many people that like come out in any way.
Yes, for sure.
And also the medication of it all. Like, I'm a therapy queen. So therapy plus medication for me has been like a bit of the tower collapsing.
Yes.
I'm a Lexapro girl.
Okay.
I was on 20 milligrams, but then I could not.
Oh.
And I was
Okay.
I was like really annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Because I don't love like putting marshmallow
Fluff into
a keyhole, you know? And so
You're funny.
I went down to 10 milligrams.
Okay.
And now I'm like a little more anxious than I want to be, but I can fuck.
See, I'm doing Celexa 20.
Okay.
Because I have never been on medication. I like so many things, didn't think I was allowed to do any.
Right.
And now I've it's been like almost, it's this year is when I started it.
Oh.
And so it's feeling, I'm feeling really good and solid, and just things are easier to.
Is Celexa anti-anxiety? Mm-hmm. And is Celexa like?
There's not many side effects that I know of.
Okay, so if like Lexapro's name is escitalopram, is Celexa
citalopram.
Are we taking the same medicine?
I don't know. I think I'm taking like the diet version of yours.
Okay.
Because
I tried Zoloft first, and it not only did nothing.
It was
but it just didn't do anything. I guess it just didn't do anything.
I think it works with I think it's like your body.
Everyone's body
is different. Everyone's body's different. Okay, but what was I gonna say? Oh, but so I wouldn't mind knowing I'm gonna die right now, because also with what's going on in the world, like I feel like, let me know when, because I feel like it's coming for. I feel like I'm in line as a trans woman. I feel like I'm in the line of fire.
Oh, I see.
And you're watching Drag Race, or do you?
I
just as a quick aside,
I'm supposed to be honest here, right?
Yeah, it's a date. I'd prefer you to be honest.
Yeah, okay. So my honest answer is that I have been a Drag Race fan for a very, very, very long time. And I'm currently in a station where I dip in and out due to Drag Race fatigue.
For sure. Aja, on a recent episode, this doesn't pertain to any of but she was talking about how choosing to be publicly trans by going on this series was a decision for her. And that's what I think too. Like when I made the transition, and I'm very open about anything anyways on the podcast and the show. So anyway, but
was she saying that was adding to difficulty, or
no, she was saying it was like it was another layer on the choice to come back into this world. I mean, for sure Drag Race fans can be loud and they can be opinionated.
Right.
I'll be kind. Certainly when it comes to the girls of color, and certainly when it comes to the trans contestants.
Right.
And so I completely recognize that would have been a huge hindrance for me. I probably want to come back. But to go to your other question, is I used to think about, you know how they say like Greek theater, like Greek chorus or whatever? I got in my head somehow that when you did a Greek theater show and you died, like Julius Caesar, that you actually died. And so that's what I thought that the Greeks were doing. And then I was like, that's how I want to go. I want to go doing a show. Yeah, Black Swan style.
She lived as she died.
Yes, cunt.
Fierce.
I say cunt sometimes because I summer in England sometimes.
Do people in England say cunt?
All the time.
Oh.
Have you been anywhere?
I've been a couple places.
Where have you been?
I went to Costco today.
No, I meant
other countries. I have been. Okay, wait. Not to be a fucking cunt, but I studied abroad in Paris.
Shut your mouth, Eric.
I know.
You beat me because I got to go to Paris New Year's 2020.
Ooh, girl.
I know, but it was before the pandemic.
I know, but you were like, it was very much like the end of before times.
It was very much
the end of before times.
But it was truly the end of before times, because now I want to go again as girl.
Oh my God, you as girl in Paris? And I want to have a cute
Emily in Perry moment.
The little chapeau.
Yeah.
You know, I can see it. When I was in Gay Perry, I was lucky enough to do a little trip to Barcelona, and now my biggest obsession so you transitioned. I did not transition, but I did like embrace my true identity as a slut.
Yes.
And so
fun.
So I would like to go back to Paris and Spain as a sexually liberated man in his 30s and be a slut there.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the waiter's attention. I feel like we haven't been seen yet.
No, and I'm
what has it been? Like 37 minutes?
That's what the clock says. I'm kind of thirsty too, but she'll come. She'll come.
I hope you don't mind, but I had a couple of my friends text me an emergency in case you're a psycho, but I don't feel like you're a psycho. But they did text me. Can we just see what they said?
Of course.
I love my phone and I love texting. Okay, so hi, Alexis and Eric. That's weird. I didn't tell them I had it at date.
It's funny.
A long-time listener, first-time caller here. It's so funny. They're always doing bits. I'm a 27-year-old gay boy, parentheses man, who has been in a relationship for the past 3 years. Lately, my boyfriend, 29, is showing major commitment issues, doesn't want to discuss the potential of ever moving in together, doesn't want to meet my family, who are very accepting and welcoming, while also not being nosy or the type to pry. And I find we spend less and less time together, and our sex life has also dried up. Even though I try. All of this has been going on for about a year. I've raised these issues and he says he loves me but doesn't know what he wants. He says he is incredibly indecisive in all aspects of life, which is true, but he doesn't want to break up. It's gotten to the point where I'm banging my head off a wall emotionally and I feel I'm always begging for reassurance or security. I know he has anxiety and low self-esteem and I've encouraged him to seek help. I've been in and out of therapy since childhood, so I get it, but he is always so reluctant. I fear it's coming to a head and that I will break eventually. I love him a lot and want a future together, but I get nothing back right now. Do I hold on and hope he changes? Do I choose me and jump ship? Any advice on difficult relationships would be greatly appreciated. Love y'all, big fan, yada yada. Not sarcastic. Love from Ireland. My friend is in Ireland.
Gotcha.
Well, this will be nice because I feel like first dates, I would love to see what kind of a person you are.
Yeah.
What do you think about hard relationships?
Well, I think every relationship is very hard. You know, if I were to say I was like in a long-term relationship, I would say that.
How many years would that be?
I would say like about 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
12.
And I would say that if our Irish friends here have not gone to couples therapy, I would say that that's a great step. Individual is excellent, and especially for this person's partner who is dealing with self-esteem and security stuff, they should be in therapy.
Yeah.
But either they should go together or figure out what is the actual underlying reason for their partner's indecisiveness. Because that's not just I'm indecisive.
Yeah.
What are you indecisive about? What's underneath that?
That's a really smart kind of. I'm more prone to be like, because recently I had a friend, we weren't in a sexual relationship, but I had a friend tell me, you suck and you need to get your fucking life together. Not in mean way, but in like, get on therapy, get on medicine and stop making excuses for like your life being the way it is.
Yeah.
And I feel so much better. And even though that hurt, it felt good. Like, I'm glad that it happened.
Yeah.
So I almost want to be like, maybe give this dude an ultimatum. If it's been a year of this wishy-washy, maybe say
And they've
like...
been together for how long? 3?
They've been together... Let me get my texts. Yeah, okay, so boyfriend 29.
They've been together 3 years, and this has been going on for 1 year.
Yeah, and he's 27. Yeah, 3 years.
So
you're a really good listener.
Thank you. I think that when I have typically in the past maybe been in long relationships, I remember the 3-year mark being really hard.
Really?
Yes. And I think that because, you know, you're like the honeymoon phase is officially over.
Yeah.
And you are... I feel like every 3, 4, 5 years, you see a different level of your partner's like reality. You see deeper and deeper in, and so you have to constantly decide if you're still wanting to be together with that reality of a person. But I agree with you that the word ultimatum is tough. But I think
I shouldn't have said that.
No, but
I didn't say that.
I think
you said
you're
that.
right. It's my fault.
Yeah.
There's like a cousin of it though, which is like, hey, I need to feel X, Y, and Z things and get something from you to be in a happy relationship. And if I can't get that from you, we have to figure out what that alternative is, and is that alternative not being together?
Oh, yeah, I like that cousin. That's better. That's better than what. And I said that's what I was saying basically,
I
just
thought
like
you
in a
were.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like that you said about the reality of now, because when you meet someone, it's different. You're doing your I'm meeting someone drag.
We're
and it's
all
like,
doing drag when we meet. Although I feel like we're really being authentic.
I'm being so authentic.
And I am too.
Yeah.
But I do think that other people on their first dates, their first months, their first years,
Yeah.
they are trying to be the person that they maybe want to be.
The version.
But
Yeah.
like really, we are who we are.
Yeah.
And who we are, warts and all. It's sometimes hard to press our warts against the other person's warts.
Yeah. And if you want them removed, just find Zocdoc. DOC.IMHO. That's not right.
It's in the description.
How many relationships have you been, do you feel?
Oh, good question. Really just two relations. Two relations.
Yeah.
My first one was my first love.
Oh.
I'm 21 when we meet, and that's how I learned how to fuck.
Oh!
It's how I learned how to be in love.
Oh.
It's how I learned how to have a fight with your partner. And we ultimately broke up once. We're apart for 1 month. And then had coffee just to connect, and then he asked me to get back together. I said yes. The second we kissed, my stomach dropped because I knew it was not the right move. We ended up dating for another 3 or 4 months, and then we broke up officially.
Yeah.
And then I was I swore off dating for months and months and months. And then I met someone that I happened to date for almost 12 years.
Wow. Up to this point, because I don't really consider the before times.
Yeah.
There was 3. They were all 6 months. Sweet guys, but it didn't work out. And I was like, why didn't it work out? And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm a woman. They're gay.
Oh. Are you the type of person that can be friends with your exes?
So that's what I was gonna say is when two of them, yes. Two of those guys, yes. Anyone since then, absolutely not.
Can I tell you the truth?
I'm cold turkey.
Okay, so it's so interesting when I see people who are friends with their exes. I mean, you have 2. That's a big deal. That shows
Well, there were 3 guys that I dated, but in the before times,
Right.
one tried to cheat on me. This is what a bitch I am. I could sense and could feel and got facts, evidence that there was cheating in the works. And I dumped him before he could.
Oh.
But he was trying to cheat on me with one of my closest friends. Musical theater nerd. That next summer, we got booked in 3 shows back to back in Indiana. So I didn't have a car. I needed a ride. He was the only one to give me a ride. So I rode with this guy that was my friend, was going to cheat with my boyfriend at the time. And then we became friends again. And he did tell me eventually, yeah, we were going to hook up. We were definitely going to hook up.
Whoa.
And I was like, I knew it.
It's rare that you hear about a cheating plot that's you get in front of.
I'm too smart for my own good.
Well,
and I will. And if I think you're cheating, I will look at your phone.
And I think you're allowed to.
It was iPhones were new. I didn't have one, but he did. But he didn't have a lock on it. I don't think locks had been invented yet.
Thank God.
His name was and I'll never forgive him if you ever.
So wait, you've dated Jews before? Isn't that a Jew?
I don't think he was a.
Oh.
Maybe in name, but certainly not in vibes.
Yeah, because Jewish guys are usually,
Not that
and they call
dumb.
NJ. Yeah, smart, and they say NJB for a reason. Nice Jewish boy.
Thank you. He wasn't nice.
Well, not Jewish either.
If Darby was here, she'd be like, "You can't say his name," but whatever. We're not mic'd.
We're not mic'd. Nothing's recording. Can I tell you something that's really embarrassing, but because we're being honest?
Yeah.
I've been a little stressed because I'm about to go to New York to do this show that.
I was going to say you're about to do your solo show.
I am, yeah. So I've been doing this new solo show, sort of about what I was saying before, about feeling like a freak growing up and then growing into this.
Why all the drama? Is that what it's called?
That's exactly. Wow, you really did Google.
I Googled.
It's called Why All the Drama, and I'm literally in 2 days flying to New York to do it. And I tend to get very anxious before these shows because it's vulnerable.
Because you went down to 10 milligrams.
And because I went down to 10 milligrams.
Yeah,
and so I hear the thoughts a little louder than I want. But what I did to procrastinate and to distract my anxious thoughts, I poured over the internet looking for my ex today because he blocked me on social media years ago and I couldn't find him. But I spent more time than I would like to admit looking for him.
I do that. I don't do it
It had been a while.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I don't go past 2 searches but there's a man.
Oh, I did Facebook. I did Safari.
I love it. I love it.
I went to LinkedIn.
What's his name?
I'm not saying it.
You're good. You're smart. I I met a man one time walking drunkily to the IHOP in Chicago, which we called the Guy Hop, at like 3 a.m. And his name, I'm going to say his name because I love him and I still want to know if you're out there and someone knows you, please get in contact. I just want to reminisce about this one night we shared, not even sexually. We had IHOP together. We fell in step with this. It was my group of friends. We were drunk, 3 a.m. And this group of beautiful people, turns out they were all modern dancers with a dance troupe called Mark Morris Dance Troupe. And I got sat by this, that we were like, oh, let's all sit together or whatever. It's fun. It was such a fun, random night of like, sometimes in your youth, when you're being crazy and being drunk at 3 a.m., sometimes magical things converge, where it's just like a beautiful, pure moment of like meeting strangers and having a gorgeous time. Very Bacchanalia vibes. Yeah. I sit by this guy. He says, we should introduce ourselves. And he says, my name is Abraham Higginbotham. And
Abraham Higginbotham.
Abraham Higginbotham. I fell in love immediately. I started thinking, Alexis Higginbotham, this is my future husband. I need Abraham, also maybe Jewish.
Hopefully.
He was beautiful. He was beautiful. They were dancers. So of course they're all beautiful bodies, beautiful. They had a matinee the next day in Chicago of their show. I think it was set to the music of like Mozart. It was ballet. It was modern. This shit is not, I don't think it's stuff you can do hungover. They were doing it.
After
ballet dancers
IHOP.
go hard, I feel.
Well, center stage.
Center stage, thank you. Anyway, I get my ass up the next day for a noon matinee and I buy a ticket. I go see his show.
Abraham.
It's beautiful.
Abraham.
I am sick to my stomach because I'm so hungover, but he looked so beautiful and I could just imagine, everyone looked so beautiful and I could just imagine and I think we just DM'd or something. So I didn't see him after or anything. I just DM'd him
You're telling me
God.
that his name is Abraham
Higginbotham.
And you still haven't found him?
I can't find him. He must not be on social media. Because this was before even Alexis Bevels. This was before drag.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if only he could see you now and the beautiful woman and the successful, funny, talented woman you've grown into. And yet, when he met you, you were just pre all of that at the IHOP.
I was pre all of that, yeah. Sometimes you can only be yourself at an IHOP.
By the way,
I took a chance and I went to that show and I followed him. I followed his career for a little bit, but I guess I didn't follow it that much because I can't find him.
Well, I think you're going to reunite someday. I love stories like that. I actually interviewed Barrett Foa, did my podcast. He's like a Broadway king. He was in Avenue Q and Putnam County Spelling Bee, and then he did NCIS on TV for like a million years. And he saw a guy in a show in the West End that he fell for. And then years and years later, that guy saw Barrett in Avenue Q, I think, off Broadway in New York. And then they connected after that.
That is amazing. I have always chased down and wanted the meet cute.
Of course.
I have always dreamed.
That's probably partly why you, I think, are so successful, is because you go after what you want. And that's like an admirable quality in someone.
That's so sweet.
I think it's very easy to feel like, why me and why should I go for that thing that I want? But you.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's only happening now, and it's happening because of my friend Darby, because she is the one who started our IMHO, our business, our show, and she has instilled in me look at what we can do when we're not really trying that hard, when we're just being ourselves. Imagine if we put a little effort into it, maybe we can get I feel like our podcast is really fun. We're about to do what you're doing. We're about to go. We did a show recently and we're in the process of booking tour dates for the fall. So we want to go to New York as well.
Oh.
Where are you performing in New York?
I'm performing. This one is at Red Eye, which is in the theater district. It's like a cool gay bar that has a nice theater.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Also, one of the best movies ever, Red Eye.
Oh, with Rachel McAdams.
Have you seen?
In the Plane.
Have you seen?
Of course.
Did you see Drop?
I did.
I feel like they're sister movies.
They are. I think Red Eye's better, but I think, Rachel McAdams is like my...
Oh, she's the ultimate. She's the ultimate.
I know that she has done and continues to do great things. I think that we are still going to get her an Oscar. I think that she at least deserves like everything. Ugh.
She does. She deserves everything, and also, I don't feel as if she likes the fame aspect. She's very private. Makes me love her even more.
Exactly. There's something about just like the fact that she can be such a good actor.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The Family Stone is one of my favorite movies.
I love him. Well, obviously Sarah Jessica Parker as JP. I'm obsessed.
As an actual self-aware monster.
She's been in 2 of my dreams this week.
Really?
This past week. Yeah.
And just like that.
And just like that. Well, okay, wait. I want to ask you then, who would be 2 things. One, I think we're moving into an era, especially with the chaperone of it all, and especially with like just the way a lot of celebrities are being like, I don't owe you parts. Sabrina Carpenter, I think, is a really good one. She's playful with it, but she's like, shut up. I think we're moving into an era of celebrities being like, nah, you don't really get access to all of me just because I'm a celebrity.
Yes.
And I think that's fun. But conversely, who is dream guest on your podcast? Have you thought about this?
I have. I say that my origin story of becoming who I am is the movie Sister Act 2. And Whoopi Goldberg is a dream guest for me.
Oh.
If only for the fact that I could tell her what that movie and what she means to me.
Oh my God.
And then just like the classic, Jonathan Groff.
Oh my God.
Jonathan Bailey.
All the Jonathans.
All the gay
Straights
Jonathans.
have Chris's and gays have Jonathan.
That's true.
I love Jonathan Groff. I was thinking recently, do you know the movie Copycat with Sigourney Weaver? Do you like a true crime?
I love a true crime, but I don't think I've seen Copycat.
It's a 90s movie, and I just realized I'd never seen it, but I just watched it, and Sigourney Weaver is like she's like kind of a mind hunter, like serial killer aficionado, and because of that, a serial killer gets like obsessed with her and tries to go after her.
Sure.
Anyway, it's a really good movie. It's on Peacock,
Okay.
not sponsored. This date is not sponsored by Peacock. But I was thinking they need to bring back Mindhunter immediately, and they need to cast someone who to be the young Sigourney Weaver character, because everything connects.
Who's the young Sigourney Weaver? Kate Berlant.
Kate Berlant. Have you had her on your pod?
No, but I would love.
I love her pod.
I had John Early on the pod.
You did.
Yes.
I feel like an absolute idiot because at the Queer Teas this year, I only had eyes for Cola Scola. Cola Scola is obviously they're the moment, but I was very excited to say hi because Darby had gotten to go see O'Mary and had a moment with them backstage, and I knew that they were going to be at the Queer Teas, so I just wanted to have a moment too and just say hi. And Cola's always like liking IMHO stuff. And I'm not bragging, I'm sorry. But Cole, I just feel very supported, and
You should. Cole is like.
it's very exciting.
It's so exciting. I actually was very lucky to get to the Gay Ass Podcast was nominated for a Queer Tea this year.
Yes.
And I got to go, and I was literally feeling a little anxious just because it was my first time being at the Queer Teas, and I was in a room full of all of those people,
It's
just like feeling a little nervous. And so I
crazy.
went to go outside to take a little puff of a joint.
Oh.
And as I'm walking up the stairs, I run into John Early and Cola Scola. And I was just like, this is real. And we have a lovely little chat. I was very lucky. I got to go backstage at O'Mary because my dear friend from college is Hannah Solo, Cole's understudy.
Oh my God, Cole's understudy. We could see Boop.
We could see boom. So Hannah,
during podcast guys.
Hannah's been on the pod a couple times.
Hannah's been on.
Yeah,
yes.
And O'Mary, she's now going on a bunch.
I know, that's
and
so exciting.
I kind of hope I get to see her when I'm in New York.
Oh, you have to.
I would.
I was gonna say I was so tunnel vision for Cole. I walked over and I like waved, and they were on the other side of a rope or something, and so I didn't want to bother, but I also wanted to like say hi. And John Early was sitting right there, and I'm like, I'm an idiot for not saying hi to John Early, but I was tunnel vision.
Of course.
And I was nervous. Those things are a riddle. It's so anxiety.
It really is.
But it's so fun.
It's so fun. I ultimately had a amazing night, and That's a Gay Ass Podcast lost to Very Delta, which I took as like a honor.
Yeah.
An honor to lose to Delta
IMHO
work.
lost to Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Oh, another honor.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll be up against each other.
Maybe.
Power couple. Power couple alert. Wait, I have sorry, I have one more.
Ad? Oh, message.
Yeah. I have one more message from a friend. Okay. Sorry. It's just they probably think because I told them like text if you were if it was going bad.
Well, and we should just out of respect
hear
what their message
this
is.
one's a long one. Okay. Oh, it's about death. How do you feel about death?
I mean, we've already talked a little bit, so I say why not go full tilt?
We have. Yeah. Okay. This decor in here is weird, right? Glass on the. And where is the waitress?
Apparently, they were kind of busy, even though no one's here.
I'm gonna read this and then maybe we'll. Okay. Hi, Alexis and Eric. Sorry. I've been racking my brain for a death story to submit to y'all, and I realize I've been sitting on one this whole time. Sitting on a dead guy. I've seen that episode of Bones. I love Bones, by the way.
I think you mentioned.
The first time I ever saw it was with one of my exes, Phil.
And he's still a friend.
He's a friend.
Shout out to Phil.
I don't talk to him, but I would.
We enjoy the memory of Phil.
Yeah, he introduced me to Bones.
Oh.
And it was back when Netflix would send you a DVD, like one at a time.
Vintage.
So we'd watch like 3 episodes and then like have to wait a couple days. It was so cute. Anyway, in 2022, I moved back in with my parents for the summer after breaking up with an ex. Thank God. At the time, my parents lived in an apartment building and were next door neighbors with a woman. Let's call her Sarah, and her elderly father and their dog. I don't know dog breeds, but it was one of those small white dogs with red beady eyes that always look like they're in pain. Oh. Anyways, my parents were friendly with Sarah, and I would often hear them talking to her in the hallway. One day in June, I came home and there was an ambulance outside my building and they were bringing someone out on a stretcher, fully covered. Turns out it was Sarah's father. This wasn't a surprise to anyone as he was pretty old. Sarah found him sitting on their couch, looking like he was just asleep. That's really sad. 2 weeks later, I hear Sarah again in the hallway, very thin walls, telling my mother that her dog had suddenly died in his sleep. Rough week for Sarah. She found him laying on their couch. What is even crazier is not a week later, I come home from work and my mom tells me Sarah passed away from natural causes. Where she was found? Sitting on their couch. All 3 of them died in the same apartment on the same spot in the same month. P.S. Alexis, I met you briefly outside the bathroom at Precinct the other night and was so drunk I couldn't formulate proper sentences, so I apologize for that. LOL, oops. Love you both. I've been watching since the beginning. You both deserve the world. Love, Donnie Darko. I remember that. And this person, I looked them up. They were not drunk. They could formulate beautiful sentences and they were wonderful.
Well, thank you to that person for being
thank
so
you
nice
to my friend.
Alexis.
Yeah, thank you to my friend.
Well, this couch.
Haunted. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Have you ever had a ghostly experience?
The only time I did is when, this is a very theater-filled episode. Date for us, and I and I am not going to apologize, but I'm going to label that I know that this is very theater filled. I was in Toronto doing the Full House parody musical, understudying Perez Hilton. A lot to take in, and
I don't remember Perez Hilton as being in Full House. Maybe Fuller House.
It was like an off-Broadway parody nasty ass musical.
Okay.
And he played Danny Tanner and I understudied him. And we stayed in a hotel that was absolutely haunted. It was very close to like a methadone clinic, and it was close to the gay bars. There was already like a fun flavor in the air.
Yeah.
But we would like come home and the stove would be on, and we would like absolute cabinet openings and closings. And that was like a very confirmed ghost.
Yeah.
Or was this Perez fucking with me?
Wait, the actual I'm so sorry.
Perez Hilton, the man.
Was playing Danny Tanner.
Yes.
And you were understudied.
Yeah.
So you got to spend time with Perez Hilton.
I did. And then so we did it in Toronto and then in New York for a while. And then
Are you going to have Perez on your podcast?
I don't know. We haven't reconnected. But never say never.
Okay.
But I ended up then, like, once he left, I got to do the show after him. And and shout out, John Duff actually just posted. He's an LA girly, and he just posted about, this was like 10 years ago. And so haunted hotel with Perez Hilton.
Terrifying.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I want to. But I think deep down I'm not open. I think my frequency is not. I think you have to have a frequency, like an inner.
Yeah. Well, like how some children like keep that frequency for longer.
Yes.
They were like, I was playing with Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the universe in terms of like energy you put out comes back and like you're on a path?
Well, this might be trite, and I hope I'm using that word correctly. And I'm glad it's just us. I don't think I don't think I would say this publicly, but like
Yeah.
even my name, my birth name is Alex, very, very gender neutral. My voice has always been this high. Sorry to brag, but I have drive-thrus used to be very, because they'd be like, yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
and then they'd get and they'd whatever. And then, but now it's like, even my hair, like I've always had long hair. Those are silly, superficial things, but just like,
No, they're not.
but just like, I think all signs have always pointed to like, yeah, this is who you are and this is what you should do. I've always wanted, it's so funny that you were talking about Sister Act 2 earlier, because I had the cassette tape and I was obsessed with it and I sang it all the time.
Which songs?
All of them. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
That whistle tone at the end.
I can't do the whistle tone anymore, but when I could, I did.
I don't know if I ever could.
Well, I didn't hit puberty until I was 18 the first time.
Meanwhile, I'm like fully 12 with chest hair.
Yeah, I was very late. Yeah, I think all signs. Yeah, I believe in the universe.
I do, and especially
I believe in like signs and yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I believe it is that there's direct evidence to like if I put out either like a positive energy or like a manifesting goal moment,
Yeah,
it happens.
Do you do like a manifesting?
I manifest
Consciously?
all the time. Yeah. When I was before I was medicated, when I would fall asleep and like have all these crazy thoughts in my head, lay on my pillow and just repeat manifestations. And I would repeat for years.
Oh.
You are strong. You are well. Because I would freak out about being sick all the time. I would say, you are strong, you are well, and you are powerful.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then I got medicated, and who knows if that was...
Okay, maybe we're doing too much hoo-hoo crystals or whatever, but like what if medication opens a part of it like frees up space
I think it does.
in your computer brain mind.
I think so.
So that way you can attract more
I think
things.
so.
And this is very LA of us.
Listen, I am proudly...
But it does make sense.
Yeah, I'm proudly woo-woo in that way.
Yeah.
Like, am I allowed to say mushrooms
You're allowed to say whatever you want.
on this date?
On this date, yeah.
I
I am like recording everything for the records, for my personal records.
Yeah, Dakota told me that.
Yeah.
That was like one of your requirements.
I like to record everything.
Yeah. I have done mushrooms in like a very woo LA way, like a therapeutic amount. And I had some moments with like the universe of just like perspective. I learned something about my family, which is like as a person who felt sort of like othered growing up, that the phrase came to my mind via mushrooms: meet your family where they are.
Oh.
I kept trying to be like, and then it was like, oh, wait a minute, be there with them, and then go back to where I am.
I love that sound you made.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One of my dreams is to, so for my podcast, like our bonus episodes, it's like they're really horny.
Oh.
So I interview people about like their sex lives.
Okay.
And my dream is to do for a bonus episode like a radio play, but it's a full porn, but I do all the sound effects of the porn, like like his wet hole.
I believe you can do this. Wait, you actually did have a show called Confession Hole, a web series.
I did.
And I've had some friends on that one. Meatball.
Yeah, Meatball did it. Kyle Krieger did it.
Kyle
Vinny
Krieger,
Thomas.
Oh my god. Oh, Vinny Thomas is a friend. They've been on our podcast.
Yes, Vinny's
He's
incredible.
been on our podcast. He's so cute.
Vinny's done. Yeah, he's done a bunch of my live show and
You
podcast
did
stuff.
Podcast Hole. You did Confession Hole.
I did
That was so
Confession.
fun. How's that been
It's
received?
been very well. In fact, we're figuring out when to shoot the second season. And Confession Hole, for any people listening at the coffee shop that don't know, is a show where I interview people I'm in one bathroom stall, the guest is in the other stall, and then they confess through the glory hole.
That's so fun. I did watch a couple episodes.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
No, it's very
You
fun.
have to have my friend Darby on. I'm sorry to do that. I know that's very LA, but my
You know
friend
what's funny is
Darby
that-
would give you the most disgusting
I was
sound
thinking
bites.
that if Darby was going to maybe show up to this date, that I was going to tell her that she is number one on the list for the second season.
Well, you know what's funny is Darby's not here because you're right, I typically do bring my best friends on dates to like sit elsewhere, but she's working a shift at this coffee shop. And I think that's why that we've been here for over an hour and haven't gotten to...
Yeah, where is she then?
I think Darby's supposed to be our waitress and she hasn't come here. You know what? This has been so fun.
Yeah.
It felt the time has flown by.
I can't believe it.
But I am a little hungry. Do you want to go to Wendy's?
I thought you'd never ask.
What's your Insta? And then what's your show is called?
That's a gay ass podcast. My glory hole talk show is called Confession Hole.
Okay.
And my Instagram is Eric Wills. EricWillz.
Eric Wills it and Wills it so. And your name is Eric William.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you want to put your number in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. I got a text from my boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
No. Well, I meant like so I do have a boyfriend. Yeah, but he's kind of cucky. How do you feel about being watched if we go on a second date?
I actually love attention. And my question for you, though, is if I'm okay with being watched, are you okay if I bring my husband?
You have a husband? I thought that was just decorative.
I have no fashion sense, no style. This is government mandated.
That ring is government mandated?
Yeah.
That wedding ring?
They told me.
How long have you been married?
6 years.
Gay married 6 years, together 12?
Yeah.
Is that the 12 you were mentioning earlier?
Yeah, babe. I've been married for 6 years together with my husband for 12. And I didn't want to say anything because when I Googled you, I realized that I've been a fan of your podcast for years. And I just wanted to meet you. And I didn't want you to know that I was gay married.
I think it's fine.
Well, you have a fucking boyfriend.
Well, that's why I think it's fine.
Okay.
But I'm not married. I wouldn't say no if anyone were to ask me. If anyone specific were to ask
Legally,
me. Legally,
I can't.
But it's actually his sister's getting married soon. Also, he's a little younger than me, so I don't think he's thinking about that. I hope you're not listening. If you're listening to this date, please don't listen anymore. Not going to put any of that in. Thank you so much for joining me on this date. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on this date, and thank you to Dakota Johnson.
Thank you to Dakota Johnson for hooking us up. Do you want to go ahead and go to the Wendy's, and I'll be right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
All right, Wendy.
I'm just gonna be. I'll be 1 second. Dakota? Yeah, he's married. She's getting a bang trim. She can't talk right now.
It's in my home of sexual opinion. IMHO.